Satyabhama, the warrior princess, Krishna's beloved wife, stormed into the assembly hall demanding justice. She held a hand out, and in her delicate fingers was a shimmering upper cloth stained faintly with blood. It belonged to Aditi, mother of the Devas. A story, a sprinkling of magic. Namaskaram. Welcome to Stories and Magic with me, Mahita. Come with me today to part 2 of the story of Narakachathurdashi, one of the many reasons Deepavali is celebrated in India. Look, Shama, Satyabhama said, the demon Naraka, not satisfied with the immeasurable carnage he has inflicted on the three lokas, has defiled Aditi's home and snatched her talismanic kundalas right off her ears. Enough! I can't bear to see the mother of the gods in this state of distress. We must put an end to this Asura's evil. Krishna smiled. The unstoppable wheels of time and destiny had come together, signaling the end of the intolerable burden Naraka was upon the earth. Mounting Garuda, Krishna and Satyabhama flew towards PrAg-jyothish-pura. Together with their Shaktis and their weapons, Krishna and Satyabhama smashed Mura's supernatural fortifications made of the 5 elements, infused with dark spells. The mountains that flew at them were blasted to smithereens with multi-headed astras, and the nooses coated with crushed diamonds were severed by the whirling chakra. Weapons of magicked water were vaporized with astras of fire, and showers of dark fire were doused by weapons that channeled all the waters of all the oceans of all the worlds. Once inside PrAg-jyothish-pura, Krishna pulled out the divine conch, Panchajanya, and blew on it a thunderous blast that announced their arrival and announced to every inhabitant of the city that his end was near. The piercing sound crushed the nerves of every fighting man in Naraka's army, and it roused Mura, Naraka's dreaded general, who lay resting in the protective moat of the city. Mura flew out of the water, stunned for a moment at the sight in front of him. Garuda, Krishna's Vahana, with a flap of his wings, had created a storm of dust thick enough to blot out the sun, and through this haze glowed the lightning-edged rain clouds and the shimmering forms of Krishna and his consort, the glorious Satyabhama. The fearless Mura himself, blessed with the boon that he could take away the life of anyone, even if immortal, with just a touch of his hand, reared up into the skies, his 5 snake-like heads poised to strike, fire blazing from their mouths. Howling with rage, causing even the skies to tremble, Mura hurled his adamantine trident at Garuda, and Garuda veered, allowing Krishna the perfect opportunity to smash the trident with an arrow from the saranga, his bow. In this manner, every weapon Mura cast at Krishna was destroyed, almost as if it were child's play for the great god. Till, impatient to get to Naraka, with an easy flick of his wrist, swifter than lightning, Krishna sent the unstoppable Sudarshana chakra flying towards Mura. With his 5 necks now separated from their snake heads, Mura, who in life had blazed like the sun itself, dropped through the skies, his reptilian body folding onto itself, falling into that very moat he had created out of rock, filled with venom-laced waters for the protection of the city. A deathly hush fell over the battlefield. Was it that the skies had taken a breath in relief, that Mura, the scourge of the earth, had met his end? Or was it that the Danava army had collectively held its breath in disbelief that their general was gone? Satyabhama pressed the end of her silk upper garment to the forehead of Krishna, wiping away blood and sweat off his skin. She could hear a terrible shrieking in the distance, swiftly growing louder, and knew that they would not have more than a minute or two's respite before the terrible battle began once more. Together, they turned to face the sons of Mura swarming towards them in vengeful flight. Garuda grabbed at their mounts, attacking with his beak and talons and his wings, every feather of which was equal to Indra's unstoppable Vajra. Every arrow that Krishna shot, every astra found its mark. Satyabhama fought as fiercely, showering her diamond-tipped arrows in one direction one moment, and before the eye could blink, smashing to countless pieces with her trident and astra flung at her from an opposing direction. Fighting to protect his back and sides, she ensured that no arrow, no sword, no axe or javelin touched even a hair on Krishna's head. The Danava army was no match for this terrible three. They were cut down, every one of them, and those who had the strength fled. Krishna, in no time, ensured that Mura's sons were dispatched to that very moat that held the lifeless body of their father. Naraka watched this carnage from the highest tower in his fortress. This had to be Maya, the magic of illusion. There could be no other explanation for what he saw. Mura was invincible. The sons of Mura were the fiercest warriors in his land. He mounted his best war elephant and flew into the central gardens of his city, now a blood-soaked battlefield. These humans, whoever they were, had to be taught a lesson.